Okay. Now, this is the three different files we have it. Now, three different files are gathered from the three different teams, right? Now, what I have to do, our offices maybe in like, in Hyderabad or Bangalore, our offices. So this file will be coming to your office. This file will be coming to your office, and this file will be coming to your office. They are all three are perfect structured data. Now, then what you are going to do, you are going to perform the individual cleansing. It doesn't make any sense. Cleansing means removing the data level errors. So here we have done the data wrangling, and we got the data, three different data, and we are going to get it. After doing it, first process is we are going to import it, right? We are going to import the data from the three different sources. How many files you got it? 3 files. Now, what is the next step? Merging. You have to do the merging over here. Why we have to do the merging? Because we have got the three different files. So there is no point I'm taking one file and applying the complete cleansing process. Second file again cleansing process. Third file again cleansing process. There's no point in doing that. So what we are going to do it? We are going to apply the cleansing process for all the three of them by merging it. We are going to merge them, and we are going to apply the cleansing process. That's it. Once we apply, now once we merge it, and then we are going to remove the outliers, the errors, we are going to remove it, and then we will go with the process. Okay, now you know it, right? So what is exactly it is? This is usually we will do it. We can't rely on one particular team. So whatever the team we are having, we are going to split up the team, and we are going to try to gather the data from a different sources. Yeah, different sources. This is what is happens over here. Okay, so now the next one is data mining is the one which we are going to look at today, and then we are going to check it out like complete process and which technology will be used when, and how we are going to learn the complete data science based on the structure what we learned it, so that you are very clear with the what we are doing, what time what you are going to do it. Okay, now let me talk about this one. Like what we have seen it till now is data wrangling, data science life cycle. We have seen the data wrangling. Okay, guys, we have seen the data cleansing. And we have seen what is data in detail, what is data and what is the process, how it is involved. Now, after this, the most important thing is data mining, guys. What is the data mining? See, in the first case, we will get the proper structured data, right? No doubt about that. We will get a proper structured data. In second one, what is the outcome of this? What is the outcome of the cleansing? Structural, perfect structural error-free data. Remember this. This is the error-free data. Now we have seen a detailed analysis about the data over here. You can keep this aside. Now the next one is you have the perfect data with you. No doubt you are having a perfect data. Now this data, what we are going to do it is we are going to perform the mining on that. Now, what is the mining? So just imagine like if you see any mining, my voice is not clear. Is it okay? Okay. Yeah, just recheck guys yourself, please. Okay. Now, so I think that you have to check it out your system. I think that other people are pretty much clear about that. Resolution issue. Okay, just give me 1 second. I think that there is a small resolution issue with the screen. I'm going to check it out and I will make sure that it is clarified. Okay, just give me 1 second, guys. So they are working on that and it will be clear. Just give us few minutes. Okay. Now, what is the mining? Now, if you take it a simple example, guys, if you are doing something like, if you are doing some diamond mining, you must have heard about mining, right? What is the diamond mining? So if you are doing some diamond mining, so what you are going to do, you will get it, the diamonds, where you will get it? It will be deep down in the core of the earth. So what you have to do, if this is the surface, you have to go deeper and deeper into this. While you are going deeper and deeper, you will get the soil, you will get the rocks, you will get the coal. Inside the coal, you will get the diamonds over here, right? So this is what is called as process of mining. In the process of digging, you may get the n number of unnecessary things, right? And in this unnecessary things, you are going to remove the n number of unnecessary things. Yeah, okay, that's fine. N number of unnecessary things we are going to remove them. What is our core purpose over here? Our core purpose is to get the diamonds over there. So because of that, we are going to do deeper and deeper in the mining and we are going to get whatever we wanted. Removing these all are called as impurities. Okay, these are all called as impurities. In the same way, when you are doing the data mining, guys, it is nothing but you have the data. You will be having a huge, humongous amount of data is there. Okay, humongous means like very, very, very large amount of data is there. This data, you are going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into data to understand the relationship between data. This is called as, yeah, come inside. This is called as process of data mining, guys. Data mining is nothing but it is a process of extracting the, analyzing the huge amount of data. You are analyzing the humongous amount of data to extract the knowledge from that. Okay, knowledge means relationships or the patterns. That is what is called as. So we can say that the data mining is a process of, it is a process of analyzing huge amount of or humongous amount of data to extract meaningful patterns. Patterns matlab a particular pattern will be there, a rule, particular rules are there. This is called as a pattern. Now, sorry guys. Now, this is a process of analyzing humongous, like huge volume, very, very huge volume of data, guys. Really very huge volume of data, and to extract the meaningful patterns, or it is called as relationships. You can also call it as relationship. Okay, now there is a very large amount of data will be there. From that, we are going to extract the meaningful patterns. That is what is called as actually the data mining. So for performing the data mining, there are some terminologies are there. First, let's see these terminologies and then we will club up them together. Okay, so is it clear? Yeah, I think that. Hey guys, is it clear now screen? Now this one, yeah, this one is there. Zakir, Zafar. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for confirmation, guys. Hey, thanks for confirmation, guys. So now this is what is called as data mining. Now we have seen the data wrangling, guys, gathering the data, simple. Data cleansing, cleansing the data level, whatever the errors are there, we are going to remove them. That is what is called as data cleansing. Now, after this, you will be having a proper structured error-free data with us, right? Proper structured error-free data. Now, what we have to do it, we have to mine that data. We are going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the data, and you will extract the meaningful patterns from that. That is what is called as, data mining. So there is an architecture is involved in processing this data mining. Okay, first thing is like, the terminologies what are used inside this, the data source. First one, data source. Now, what is a data source? What is the source of the data in data mining is, first one is they call it as database. Database, guys, what is database? What is database? No? Sorry? No, speak it out. I can't hear it. Database. वहां पर आ गया अभिनव. Where we store data. Now that can be any data. It's not pure data. What you said is correct. But you are saying that it is collection of pure data. You are saying, no, it is not the collection of pure data. Any data. Any data where you store is called as database. Okay. Now the place where you put the pure data, in a sense, the organized data is called as RDBMS. Okay. And impure data, I mean, says unorganized data, it is called as NoSQL database. Okay. So again, the database means a normal place where we store data, guys. Okay. Now, and what is data warehouse? Any idea? Data warehouse? DW, they call it as usually DW over there, data warehouse. Yeah, Harsha is saying that where we store data, that is also correct. But the difference between database and data warehouse is, if this is your database, guys, just imagine this is your database, one database, that is maybe employee database, and this may be your student database. Okay. This may be your student database, and or this may be department database, or this may be accounts database or something like that. The different databases, when you store it in a one single place, this is called as data warehouse. Okay. Data warehouse, this is one database, this is one database, and this is one database. When we store the multiple databases in one place is called as, data warehouse. So it is a collection of databases is called as data warehouse. Now, the NoSQL database is, it is a database again, which is used to store the unorganized data like images, videos, missing audio files, signal files, which cannot be stored in our traditional database. Traditional database means RDBMS. Okay. Where we can't store this all in our traditional database. This comes under, comes. So this comes under the category of, unorganized data. And this unorganized data, NoSQL database is so huge. NoSQL database is so huge that multiple data warehouse can be stored inside the NoSQL database. Multiple data warehouse. I can't see Harsha. Like, you are saying that homogeneous data and heterogeneous data. I don't know, like, the difference between that or not. Homogeneous means all of same data type. Like, for example, you are having collecting the data like, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. This is an homogeneous data, which is all of same data type. What is the data type? Integer over here. Of course, we didn't do that integer. All are numbers. Now, heterogeneous is nothing but, if I'm keeping like this is an employee ID. This is an employee name. This is a designation and this is the salary of the person. Now this is like, you know, if I'm giving different data types, this is an integer, this is a string, this is a float. This is called as heterogeneous data. Now this heterogeneous data is usually stored in the database in the form of records, that we will see it very detailedly while dealing with the databases. But as of now, this is what is. The data warehouse is nothing but you have multiple databases. The small databases, whatever is there, when you are combining them together to put it in a one single place is called as data warehouse. Now, for example, like if you take it an Amazon will be having different products, right? Now, mobiles comes under one database. Now, there may be like TV, electronic devices may come under one data type, one database. And, you know, there may be around like, you know, food item, groceries may come under one database. All these databases, when we club up together and put it at one place, is called as data warehouse. Okay, that is what is called as data warehouse. Now here, the source of data is database. It can be a database. It can be a data warehouse. Okay, or it can be internet. Now, this is one of the major source of the data, and there may be the other sources, like there may be other sources like small databases where we get the file system. These are the ones where the other sources. Now, this is the first data source. Now, which is the first term which is used under the data mining. Okay. Now, next one is data cleansing over here, which comes over here, data cleansing. Again, in the data mining, next step is data cleansing. This is nothing but what is that? Cleaning of the data. Okay, data level cleaning. Data level cleaning it is. Now, there is something again, data cleansing and data integration also we will get it over here. Data integration. That is, integration means, anyone? Data integration, guys. To add data, add the data. No, that is not the data integration, means merging of the data. So usually the term, the integration is used for like if there is a one application over here. Okay, just imagine this is one application. Okay, and there is application means any application, guys. Any application, what they will do it is they will take an input. Okay, here there will be an input will be there. This input will be given to this application. Okay, after doing some process inside this will be giving us some output, right? Usually it will be happening. Any application you take it, it will take an input and it will give an output to us. Now your mails, it will take your credentials and it will show you your mails. That is an output which is coming up. Okay, there will be a request and the output is coming up. Now, if there is one more application is over here, this is taking the input and this will also give the output to us, right? Any application, the nature is that it will take an input and it will give an output. Now, when we combine this together, that is called as integration. Actually, the term of integration is this one. What is the meaning is? What you understood? Merge the data, merging the application. Merging the data, I'm saying that this is an application 1 and this is an application 2. So what is this integration? What I'm doing over here exactly in simple terminology? In simple terminology, please. Huh? Yeah, what you're saying is correct. Yeah, you are merging it over here, but how you are merging? How you are merging these two applications? The term integration is merging only. That is only technical terminology. So how this will be merged, these two application is, this will be the first application we are going to get the input and we are going to get the output from here. Okay, this is my second application, right? The input of the output of the first application is the input to the second application. Then it is called as integration. Okay, the integration is nothing but it's a simple terminology. Again, it's a very confusing, the people will get confused. It is nothing but when an application output is coming up, right? Definitely there will be an output will be coming up. That output, when it is passed as an input to the another application, this is what is called as integration. Now, where this term came up is in the modules. Now, usually if you take a big project will be there of 2 years or 3 years, right? So what they will do it is they will divide this project into multiple modules, right? You know that multiple modules means small pieces here. That's it, nothing else. This is module 1, this is module 2, this is module 3 and module 4. Okay, now this module they will work on first. Okay, they will make sure that this is working perfectly, and then what they will do it is they will start working on this module M2. Then this one is also working perfect, this one is working perfect, we will merge them or integrate them. In other words, we will integrate them. So output of the module 1 will be the input to the module 2. That is what is called as integration. So don't get confused. Again, it's a simple merging only. So here we are saying is so the data cleansing and integration of these two will be involved in this, the second step. The third step is nothing but, third terminology we will use, the database server. This is nothing but it will communicate. It is a communicator. That's it. Now take it as a communicator or it is an agent. You can take it as an agent. I will explain him. I will explain in the real process. I will explain what is his role is. Okay. Now there is an important term called as data mining engine. So what is the role of data mining engine is, we got the data, right? We cleanse the data. We have the data with us. Now we have the data. Now this data, the data mining engine will have the different techniques will be there to extract the patterns from the data. What is the role of the data mining? To extract the patterns. Okay, patterns means relationship, guys, just relationship. That is what is called as a pattern. Okay, so here this is having a different techniques of extracting the patterns. What are those techniques? Okay, let me write it. Few of them is called as classification. Did we heard any time? Before we heard it, right? We did it. What is that classification? Regression is the other one. Okay, clustering is the other one. And associate, like we can say that outlier detection, associate data mining. These are some of the techniques, guys. We can look at one after the other these things very detailedly, because these are not the small terms. We have to spend a lot of time on this to apply the algorithm and you have to extract. So these are some of the methods which are applied by the data mining engine. Data mining engine will apply these methods. Okay. Now, I know that it is very confusing what is going on, why I'm talking this. Let me connect it. Just wait for it. Okay. Now, after this, we will say that identify the pattern or evaluation of the pattern. Or of pattern, anything you call it as. Now, last one is called as GUI. That is graphical user interface. Okay. Now let's talk about this one, guys. 1 second. Let me pull it off this all. So first is data source. This data source is we are going to provide what is the source of data. Now, what is the source? We have the database, data warehouse, internet, and other resources. Okay. Now, what we got the data from here, different datas we got it, guys. This data, what we are going to do? We are going to do the cleansing process. Okay, guys, just follow this as of now, then we will connect them all. Okay, not to worry about. Now we are doing the cleansing. We know it very well. This is cleansing. What is this process is called as? Data wrangling. This is data wrangling. This is data cleansing. Now, database server role is to just act like an agent, communicate between two different layers. This is to communicate between the two different layers. This acts like an agent. Now, this is the process of, applying the different methods to understand the pattern. Understanding the pattern means understanding the relationship between the data. Now, identify the pattern or evaluate the pattern, and then GUI. Okay, GUI is, so what is the use of that? Yeah, what is said is correct, perfect, no doubt about that. So what is the use of this? Yes, guys? Yeah, we get the answers from here. Rajshekhar, it is not only to show the output, there is another one is there. Graphical user interface. What is interface? Interface is an environment. Simple environment is called as interface. Whose environment is that? User. Who is the user? Who will be the user, guys? End user. End user means you and me. Okay, you and me are the end user. Graphical, where the graphical presentation is there, that is called as graphical user interface. CUI? CUI. Ha bhai. Go Balaji. Sorry, I thought like I forgot your name. What is CUI? Character user interface, command user, character or command user interface. So what is this command user interface, guys? This is command user interface. Okay. Now graphical user interface is ye wala, what we are doing it with the mouse clicking, right? Graphics. That is what is graphical user interface. So the GUI stands for graphical user interface. That is the from where the end user means the person like you and me who are communicating with the application server, that is called as graphical user interface. Actually, there will be a 3-tier architecture. Hope you know this 3-tier architecture. This is my UI. This is my application server, and this is my, database server. So usually there is an entire architecture is also called, that is very complicated for you. Now, this is a 3-tier architecture. All your application, whatever is running now currently are on this base. I told you in the last class also. That is like, the user will be communicating from here, guys. This is GUI, or they will call it as UI. Yes. Hi. Okay, this is called as UI. What is this? UI means user interface. Got it? User interface. What is this? Application server. What is this application server will do? It will do all the business logic. And this is called as DB. What is this? Database server. Now, whatever you are using this one. Now, this is your environment, your interface, your environment. This is, that is user interface, where the user will communicate. Now, you take it as your Gmail account, guys. You will enter your Gmail ID over here and password. Okay, then this will be forwarded to the next level into the application server. Now what this one will be doing the business logic. Okay, business logic will be implemented. Whatever the business logic is there, that will be implemented based on this. Now here business logic is it has to validate the user ID and password. Based on that, it will communicate with this one and get the data from this. Yes, come inside. Okay, now this one again, based on this, it will get the data and it will respond to this, and this will be responded back to this. Okay, clear? Now this process is completely done. Now this is called as UI. This is called as application server. This is called as database server. The communication is being done with a language. I said it. What is that? Yes. I said it like there will be a technology which is used to communicate between the servers. And I connected that one with the Python also. Got an answer. Byte array. No, that is called, it is called as JSON. Clear? JSON, which is nothing but you will be learning in Python called as dictionaries, right? It is called as dictionaries. This is very, very important. This is universally used as an language to communicate between the servers, guys. In Python, there is a concept called as dictionaries. Okay, dictionary. This is the one which is used the same. This is equal to that of, this is a replica of JSON only. If you know this, you can play with this. Okay, clear? Now, this is the user interface. This is the people who work on this called as UI developer, you know it. And the technologies, what is used over here? Any idea? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and also JavaScript, Angular, all this comes over here. And this is also called as front end. This is also called as front end. Don't get confused. GUI, UI, front end, all is same. The technologies, what is used is HTML, CSS, and the people who work over there are called as front end developers or UI developers. Okay, their role is to work over here. Now application, here there will be an Python, Java, C++. These are the people will be working on this. Okay, and these ones, the people who are working on the database, directly the database, they are called as database developers. They will be an experts on the SQL. Now I'm talking about RDBMS only. They will be experts on the SQL. Now here, okay, let's connect it now back to ours. Now, when you check it out over here, now this is the UI. Okay, this is your UI. Okay, now let me do this one. Now let me put it on the UI over here. This is my UI. Now let's connect all of them, guys. This is my UI. So what the UI purpose is, the user will interact with us. That is an interface through which the user will interact. So this is my UI. Then what happens? Now a simple example is you will be doing a lot of search on the Google, right? Yeah, you will be doing a lot of search. Now you search for a particular mobile or a laptop. You get the output over there. Thousands of the records you are going to get it. You think that there is only the laptop data is there inside Google? There are like lot of data is there in that. Then how can you extract only about the laptop? That is done through the data mining. That is what is doing with the data. There's a lot of data is there. You are extracting the data, what you want it. That is what is the data mining. That is what you are doing with the diamond mining also. There's a lot of material is there inside the earth. You're going deeper and deeper and you're getting whatever you want it. That is what is mining. Here, we are having the user will be giving us the data. Okay. Now user will be giving us the data, something like that, mobile phone. Okay. of like 4 GB or 8 GB. Let's take it with 10,000. Now what this is? Now what the this is the data what is being given by the user over here in your GUI. In your GUI, here the user will be giving data like this. Now in this, now you see this, you give a big sentence also, very big sentence of 10 words or 20 words or 30 words also, it will take, and it will try to get the right information for you. How that is doing? By identifying the patterns. So next step will be coming as it will identify the patterns, guys. Okay, identify the patterns or the pattern evaluation, you will take it like this. In this, it will take the mobile phone. Okay, it will take the patterns as mobile phone over here, mobile plus 8 GB. Now this can be a RAM or this can be a storage also, 8 GB plus 10,000. This is the way it will identify the patterns, and it is going to put it over here in the patterns. So now this can be anything, like you can say that I am looking for mobile phone or something like that. Okay, you can give it any like whatever data you want to do it, you can do it over here, how big it is. So it is going to ignore this all. This is not helps me to get the pattern, this one. So it will take this, the value, the information which is very much important for me to extract the data. That is what is called as the mobile plus 8 GB plus 10,000. What is this? We are identifying the pattern. See this, the second point what we discussed over here is identifying the pattern or evaluating the pattern. First, we set the GUI, that is graphical user interface, where the user entered the data. And then what we have done it, we identified the pattern over here. Okay? We have done it. Then after this, what we are going to do, we will pass it on this pattern to our mining engine. Okay, we will pass it on this one to our mining engine. So again, the mining engine will be applying a different mining techniques. There are different methods are there, as I told you. They are called as like, you know, clustering, classification, regression, outlier detection or error detection, whatever you call it as, recommendations. All these things are, you know, different methods will be there. Now based on one of the method, it will acquire it. The database engine will take one method and apply this pattern on that. Okay, this will apply the pattern on that. Then afterwards, so it will apply a method. I will say that data mining method will be there. Methods. Here we are going to use it. Usually they call it as data mining engine over here. Engine, and it will apply the method, one of the method. Okay, guys, it will apply one of the methods. Then afterwards, after applying this method, so this method, what it will do, it will pass it on to our database server. We have a database server over here. This is the database server. This database server works as an agent. I said it, it works as an agent. What do you mean by agent is who communicates between the any two persons, like agent like. So it will work as a database server it is. Now this is acts like an agent. I'm going to put down over here. Okay, this is my database agent. Okay, now we are having our we have done we got the data from the user and we identified the pattern in that. We passed on to the database mining engine, data mining engine, and you know, from that this pattern, this method is applied on this, and that is being passed on to the agent. This agent will communicate to the different data sources. What are the data sources you have it? Like we are having an internet over here, and we are having like database, we are having the data warehousing, and we are having the other sources. Other sources are like file system or different sources. Now this one will communicate over here, guys. Definitely it will communicate, it will go and talk to them and get that the respective data. Okay, but when this is going, now this is the internet yours, this is your database, this is your data warehouse, and this is what other sources. Okay, like file system or other sources. Now this will communicate with this, and when it communicates, it will get some data, right? It gets some data from here, it will get some data from here, and it will get some data, and it will get some data response. Now will this data will be directly forwarded to the database server? No, because this is a data wrangling. Next step is data cleansing. So here a cleansing process will be applied. Here the cleansing process will be applied, guys. Now cleansing process is, it is going to extract the data, or it is whatever the data is being extracted, it is going to clean the data on the data level. Data level, it is going to clean it by removing the outliers, okay, and noisy data, and it is having the missing values. All these things, it is going to remove it from here. Just like we have seen that one very detailedly. What is the process of cleansing? It should be there over here somewhere. This is all about the data. Here it is, the cleansing process. It is the process of cleansing. Now it is that these are the errors which we are going to do it. How we are going to do it? Rebuild it, standardization, deduplication, verification. This process is being applied on this over here. In this, the cleansing process, this will be applied over here. The complete process will be applied. And after that, whatever the data is coming down over here, I'm going from down, guys. Again, we came from up. Okay, the user is requested, we identify the pattern that is being forwarded to the data mining engine, that will select the appropriate method, and based on that method the data will be extracted. And once the data is extracted, we will go through a cleansing process. First thing is, we are going to do the cleansing process. It will remove the unnecessary. Then the agent, whatever the outcome is coming down, this data is directly taken to your data mining over here. From here, it is going to forward it to the pattern identifier over here, and then ultimately it will go back to your user over here. This is the way it will go back. First time, the user will be asking us the request, pattern is identified, mining technique, and this process will go, and the reverse will come down over here. This is the complete architecture of data mining. First one is the user interface and identifying the patterns, and data mining engine will apply a method. I told you different methods, and this is further forwarded to the database server, and this communicate with the sources, and it will get back. Now there is an extra layer will be there called as knowledge base over here. Knowledge base will be directly communicated over here like this, or it will be communicating over here. Now what is a knowledge base will do is, like, each and every pattern what is being identified over here, that will be stored. Now here, first time you got the mobiles, right? Now the database in the data mining engine will take it forward and get the data. This, whatever the data is there, right, this will be stored over here. That is the work of the knowledge base. So each and every, remember that each and every search, whatever you are doing it, that will be stored in the knowledge base. Now what is the purpose is, now first thing is, there are two ways it will be useful. First one is to respond immediately, to respond very much immediately, this is used. And second way is for performing the recommendation systems. Now I will tell you how it will work. Now think that first time a person asked me about the same configuration. Now, this is not a very unique, right? This is a common thing what the people will be asking. So sometimes now the next person comes, this is went through a complete process and it got some output like 1,000 records, it got it. And this 1,000 to 10,000 records is stored inside this. Okay, the pattern. Next time when a second person comes and asks the same thing with a different search, like I want a mobile below like maybe 15,000, 10,000 comes below 15,000, right? So automatically it will not go over here. It will go and search in a knowledge base that it is having any similar kind of search. And from here, if it is there, it will respond it. If there is nothing is there, then it will go to your data mining engine, and the data mining engine will go forward and get back all the information. So that is the usage of the knowledge base, guys. So knowledge base will be storing all the similar, very frequently asked questions, answers will be there inside this. And suppose if there is how it will be used for the recommendation is, if someone is asking for a bread, searching for the bread with a combination of butter. Okay, butter here. Okay, first one is bread and with butter. Then he did the search. Now this pattern is being stored inside this, right? It will be stored. Next time if someone comes and asks for the bread and butter, it will give it immediately from here, right? Suppose if someone comes and asks for the bread and the jam, this is a new pattern we were not having. So it will do the search. It will go to the mining engine, and then it will go to the server and it will get the data. But at the same time, it remembers that there was some people was eating the butter with the combination of the bread. So immediately based on this, it will start recommending you. It will recommend you saying that, why don't you buy the butter? Now, maybe you are not interested in the butter, still you can see that. Sometimes you will see it in the Google search right side, it will giving us some recommendations. Why don't you take it? Which will be very much relevant. Now, this is done with a very much intelligence. It should be done with a very detailed analysis, guys. It is not that everything you can recommend, miss, that is kind of a blunder you are doing. People will run away. The customers will run away from there. So here it should be very, very careful. You have to do it. Now, this kind of things can be done with the help of mining. Mining is really very, very powerful tool. Again, mining is really powerful. When it is powerful, when you have the data. If you don't have the data, mining is just like waste. Okay, like you are having one of the best supercar in your with you and you don't have the fuel with you, means what is the use? Which just like that, the data is like that. Data is so powerful. Again, the fuel means only the fuel which is appropriate inside the car. Don't put the milk or something like that. It will not work. That is a way. That is, data is really so powerful. So you should have the perfect data with you. Then only your model will be perfect, guys. That is the reason why, you know, the industry is moving towards the, you know, data centric. Always I'm saying that, you know, if you know that data, now whatever we talked about, data mining, data wrangling, data cleansing, if you know them explicitly, then you can play with the things. Okay, now these architects are of like, they are broadly classified into like 4 types. We are going a bit deeper into this, guys. Okay, so this like architecture is broadly classified into 4 types. One is called as no coupling. Second one is called as, you know, loose coupling. Third one is semi-tight coupling. Fourth one is tight coupling, guys. These are the 4 types, the architecture, whatever we discussed about the architecture, these architectures can be broadly classified into 4 types. One is loose coupling, then, sorry, no coupling, loose coupling, semi-tight coupling, and tight coupling. So what is this actually? See, this is, see guys, if we are talked about so many things over here, internet, database, warehousing, anywhere, all of them will be connected to the database some or other way. The only separated system is called as file system. All of them are some or other way they are connected to the database or the warehouse. And the other system is file system. File system is nowhere connected to the database. I'm talking about database means the RDBMS or NoSQL database. The file system can store the data, but that is a different mechanism, altogether different mechanism. But all the rest of all will be stored in the database. Now these couplings are based on these two things only, database and file system. File system is nothing but your files. Whatever you are storing in the files is called as file system. Okay. Now, see here, when you talk about the no coupling, here the source of the data is not database, not database, nor data, no DW. No database, no DW over here. So where the data will be coming over here? From the other source. What is the other source? File system. So the source of the data is file system over here. File system, guys. Okay. So this data, we will not use any, we will not get the data from the source of the data from the database nor from the data warehouse. The only source we will be using is file system over here. And here we are not going to use any of the features of the database to perform the mining. For example, there are some features will be there in the database, features will be there, like or you can say that functionalities, functions of the database or features of database, they will call it as, like, you know, some of them are like aggregate means you are performing the aggregation. Then there is something called as sort, is a function, one of the function. There is something called as indexing. There is a concept called as indexing. Now, these are some of the features of the database. Usually we use it in the database to perform some operations. Okay. These things we are not going to use it over here. Okay, none of the database features will be used. Then what we are going to use the traditional coding on our own. We will do the traditional coding and we are going to do this. So no database features are used. Used in this. Now, so we are going to do the mining, data mining only over here. What we are doing, we are using the loose coupling architecture over here, where the source of the data is a file system. And how we are doing the mining? We are doing the mining without using any database feature over here. Any database feature we are not using over here. And whatever the outcome we are going to get it, that is whatever the knowledge we are going to get it, the outcome what we are going to get it, we are going to store it in the file system only. We are not going to store it in the database. So outcome will be stored in, again, file system, not in the database. So the loose coupling is the one where it is nowhere connected to the database or the data warehouse. So this is what is called as loose coupling. And this is recommended means no, this is not recommended at all. So when we have to use it, then when there is a small amount of data is there, now you want to use the small amount of data and you want to do the analysis. Now, when there is a small amount of data is there, why you will go for the database? It's a very expensive process going through the database. So we will never go to the database when our source of the data is very small. So this is recommended when the source of the data, volume of the data is small. Volume of data is small. Okay. And if for the large volume, no way, it is not at all recommended, guys. This is not at all recommended. Remember this. Now, let's go to the next one. This is the loose coupling. This is the no coupling. This is loose coupling. This loose coupling here, the source of the data is, you can take it as 70% it should be coming from the file system. 70% it will be coming from the file system and 30% it will be using the database. DB. Okay. 70% you will be getting the data from the file system. Only 30% we are going to use it from the database. Okay. And here the, again, no features of the database is used. No way. It is no features of the database is used. Now, traditional way, we are going to do the coding and we are going to extract it. We are not going to use any of the features of the database over here. Even though we are getting a small part of the source of data from the database, no features are used. And the outcome is also, it goes to the file system, not in the database. Okay. Now, when it is recommended, again, it is recommended for the small volume of data. Okay. These two are very less recommended. Okay. Now, this is far better than this one. This is nowhere connected to the database. Okay. Now, the next one is the one which we are going to use it very extensively. That is, the semi-tight coupling. Now, this architecture where you are going to use it, the 70% of, like, 30% will be from the file system and 70% will be from the database. 70% will be database. Now, the maximum amount of the data is from the database. So obviously you have to use the database features to perform the mining over here. So we are going to use a decent amount of database features over here. I will say that maximum database features are used. Not all, maximum. Most of the database features are used to do the mining. And the outcome is again stored in database over here. The outcome will be stored in database over here. Database. And is this recommended? Yes, it is recommended one. This is recommended for the large volume of data. For large volume of data. Okay. Now the last one is, now you can guess it, 100%. It is data source is database. All the features are applied from the database features only, and outcome will be stored. And this is the perfect one for the strongly recommended. Yeah, you can put it on. That is strongly recommended for the database over here for performing the coupling. Now, this is again, you will be using this means no one will bother about this coupling, but this is very important from the presentation prospects. Now, if there are some things will be there. Now, like there are some sampling techniques will be there. Now you are getting the data, right? You will be getting the data. Now, when the person asks you, simple guys. Now, if you take it a realistic scenario, now here 100% data is from this. Let me explain you where exact all the features are used over here. All features, outcome is stored, and it is strongly recommended. Okay. Now guys, there are like where this will be used. Now we talked about this one. Is this important? Yes, this is important from the interview prospects. Again, I told you many times. Now in this, if you take it in this, these two are like, we will never use it. Never going to use it, nor the other two. We are going to use the other two. Like the sad thing is the people know how to use this one, but they don't know they are using this. They don't know. They know what is the data mining. If you ask what is the data mining, they will say it very clearly. This is a process. But unfortunately, they don't know that which architecture they are using. They don't know there will be a types of architectures also inside this. Okay. Now, where exactly you will be using this is one is like interview. They will ask you in the interview. Now, or presentation, guys. Presentation means, each and every data scientist or data analyst or data engineer, so called as, there are so many designations are there. They will call it as data engineer, machine learning engineer, deep learning engineer. There are so many other. Broadly, you can classify as data scientist, which is the top notch one. Okay. Senior data analyst, data senior, there are so many are there. Okay. But when you broadly classify them, if I say that, what are the different designations we have for the developers? There will be a developer, there will be a programmer, there will be an, junior level programmer, senior level programmer, so many are there. But when you want to classify them, you will say that a top notch is team lead or the project manager. Then there will be a senior developer. Then there is a junior developer. That's it, right? All this comes under this one. Like that, when you take the data scientist, data engineer, and data analyst, guys, when you are doing it, one of the key features what you should have it is presentation. You should give a presentation. If you like it, if you don't like it, you have to give it. Now, not all the time with the hundreds of the people, not the 200s of the people like people. So what exactly happens is, if I'm giving a role for you as an analyst, and I said it like, I want you to get the data, you got, one team got it and other team got it. Now, both the teams got the data for me, and being a data scientist, okay, I may want to know that which one is better. Which one is better? Now, I want you to justify yours. Now you have to give it. Now, this is where I applied the, sampling technique. Now, definitely you can't go to the each and every time for the different. Now, I wanted to find out what is the percentage of the Hyderabadis are vegetarians. Then how is it possible? Can you go to each and every individual and ask? If you go to the old city, all are non-vegetarians. If you go to a nearby a mandir, you will see all the vegetarians over there. Then what is that? So what exactly you have to do it is, you have to divide this whole data, okay, whole population. This is called as entire, all the objects are called as population. You are going to take a sample from that population. For taking of the sample, we are having a technique called as probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Probability sampling is where each and every person have a equal right of getting selected. Non-probability sampling is there is no right to get selected. This is again statistical steps. We will go very deeply into that. There will be probability also. We are having multi-level and cluster, like non-probability also multi-level. Now, will you apply these things in your real time? No one will apply, not even me. No way. It's good to talk. For that, it is enough. But if you want to apply this probability sampling or clustering sampling, stratified sampling, all these things, we will not talk at all. We will not do. We will get the data and we will forward the data to the rest of the people. And we will see that genuinity of the data different ways, because there are superiors are there. Your work is to get the data. What is the next level people has to do? They have to validate your data, right? They will validate your data, but you have to justify it. When you are justifying it, you will not say that I got it from the social media, I got it from the YouTube, I got it from the Twitter or something. No way, you can't say that. You have to say that I applied this technique, this architecture I applied to do the data mining. This sampling technique I applied for getting the sample. For presentation sake, you should have it. There's sometimes the client may ask you also. See guys, one thing as I told you, the data is very important. I told you, right? Without data, you can't do anything. But getting the data is a real challenge. That is the 70% of your time will be consumed from the getting of the data. Remember that. And once you get the data, okay, once you get the data, now you are giving a presentation to our client. Now client is sitting over there and you are giving a presentation to the client. When you are giving the presentation to the client, now client will immediately ask you that from where you got this data. That's a simple basic question the client will ask you. Now you may say that, you may get the doubt like, when the client is there, why can't the client will give the data? No, client will never give you the data. If you are giving, then you are very lucky. Client will never give the data because data is very confidential for the client. He will never give you the data, or he will give you a structure of the data, like what are the things should be involved, but he will never give the original data. Only a picture of the data he will give it, or he will remove a part, but he will never give the original data, guys. Remember that. That is 90% of the time the client will never give you the data. If the client is giving, you are very, very lucky. So when he's not giving, definitely will ask that whatever data you got it, from where you got the data, right? Immediate question comes is that where you got the data. Now you have to justify over there using these terminologies. This is used over there. These sampling techniques, these coupling, semi-coupling, and all these things, you will not use it. This is for the your interview purpose only. And again, you may ask me a question. Okay, I've done the interview over here. I cracked it. How I will justify myself while doing it? No need to justify over there. Some or other person will be helping you, or you will help some or other. That is a tradition which is going on. That is not, it is not a rocket science. If you don't know anything, if you get a job, if you got a bigger company like Infosys or CTS or something, before getting the project, now you say that you got a job today and you joined the course today and you got the job. Luckily you got the job and you went and joined over there. Now, before getting into your first assignment, until unless it is very critical, you will have minimum 2 months to 3 months time over there. So you can learn the technology and you can start implementing also. You will have so much of time. Of course, this will not happen with the startups. Startups, they are very small. They don't have so much of space for you to do a specific work or learn or give it such a time. Immediately today you are joining us, within next 2 days, they will be assigning the small task, very small task, very, very small task, and they will make you explore more and more into different sectors, and they will make you an expert. Again, if you are getting an opportunity in a startup and in an Infosys or a level 5 company, I strongly recommend you to go to the startup, because the things what you're going to learn it in 1 year in the startup, you will not learn in your Infosys or the so-called as branded companies for next 2 to 3 years also. No way. That is the reason why time to time the senior professionals comes into the startup, spend some time, because these people will be very much connected to the technology, upcoming technologies, and they no need to take a lot of permissions to implement anything new. Today I got this, yeah, implement, justice. That's it. Do that. That's it. There's a simple talk and it will go and implement it. But in Infosys, you have to take it, or a bigger company, I'm talking about the level 5 company, you have to take a lot of permissions, different permissions you have to take it before implementing or changing any particular technology over there. So there, every person will have a small role and you will be restricted in that small role only for whole 1 year or 2 years. Now, if you are getting into the startup, then you will be exploring all the things. Now, startup will not have a specific cabins or something like that. How you will sit in your like a cafeteria, or nowadays like chai, biscuit jagah pe, the same way. You will go and sit wherever you want it, sit and do it and learn it and go. That is the best way to start your career. I strongly recommend that. Yeah, you are in the starting phase, so you have to be open to learn a lot and lot. Again, if you are joined in the in data science, I'm talking about data science. This is not the only the figures I'm not talking on in the air. This is, I have seen that. My students have done that. Okay. See, they joined, they got the few of the guys, they got the job in the Deloitte. They joined in the Deloitte with the 5 lakh, 6 lakhs package. That's a decent one for a normal, now I'm not talking an IIT guy. I'm talking a normal BTech guy. So 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs is decent, a startup. Now the other guy who joined in the same batch people, other guy, he missed that Deloitte, and because he didn't took it or he didn't get it, I don't know. The first guy, he got it as a business analyst and got the 6 lakhs package, and he was very happy. because they will be calling me and they will be asking me how the HR round will be, what are those, something tips will be given to us. So I told him and he got very happy. The next guy, he didn't got it. Then some or other way, I got a company, a small, very small company, startup. They were asking for an intern. And I recommended this guy saying that he is a very good guy. Please take him. I know him because he's a really hardworking guy. I've seen it. See, you may say that I can't use the word intelligent because who cares about the intelligence? You know, you should be really hardworking and you should be in a mind frame of learning technology, whatever coming down. If you're putting a lot of efforts, right, that is enough. So I said the same thing and they observed him. I can't take the company name. So they observed him. And you will be surprised, the other guy got the 6 lakhs package and this guy got only 15,000 per month. And he was very happy. He joined that company. After 3 months, they called me and, you know, they wanted to observe that guy into that company. And I said that, okay, you can go ahead, no problem. They were just giving a formal information to me. It's not that they are taking permission, just give it. I said that, okay, you can go ahead. And he was doing the stuff over there. He was doing a very good work. The other guy joined as a business analyst. He was never been in contact and once in a while he was calling. Now this was only like starting of ending of 2020. This happened ending of 2020. Now it's been like an year or something. Now after that, this guy was observed. When he got observed, they paid him like 4 lakhs. After 3 months of internship, they gave him 4 lakhs package, the other guy who's joined in the startup. And, you know, they gave the experience letter from the day when he joined the company because it's a startup. Yeah, no formalities, nothing. They can do it. So they did it. And after 6 months, they connected him to a client. They connected him to a bigger client. And that client was looking at his skill set. They were paying him, paying the company 25 lakhs as a payment. I'm talking about the company startup hired my student and they hired him and they paying 4 lakhs. But that company introduced this guy as an experienced guy and presented to a US based company. And he was working as a contract over there. So those people directly contact this guy, not all the time company. So he will be working for them offline. They were paying him like 25 to 30 lakhs for this guy. And somehow or some way, this guy was hurted like before 6 months or 7 months, 8 months back, like 8 August, I think so. He was hurted with the way the other superiors were communicating. So he called me. Sir, like this is a problem I'm facing. They are humiliating me a lot. Like, you know, what I have to do, I'm planning to leave. I said that leave. It's up to your career. I gave a start to you. You learned it enough. You can leave. That is your career. Don't sacrifice your career for any person. This is a fact. Remember that. So he left the company. He said that I'm going to leave it. Then I called him after 2 days, just gave him a small hint that why don't you contact the client? I just gave it because you people don't know that, right? How the tactics goes. So I said that just put on a mail to the person whom you worked over there, just saying that, sir, it's really pleasure working with you. Because of, the circumstances, I'm leaving this company. I'm not comfortable with this. Just put on a mail and leave it. That's it. Don't say that I want a job. Then what happened? He left it. He put on a mail and he left that company and he left and came out. And exactly after 1 week, directly he got an offer letter of 15 lakhs. Not even 1 year. 15 lakhs today. He is holding an offer and his date of joining is after Pongal. Just see the difference what is having with a data scientist and a non-data scientist. That guy who joined in the Deloitte with the 6 lakhs, when he will get the 15 lakhs? You think that he has to shift it as a data, at least minimum 3 to 4 companies with 2 years gap, then he can expect something like around 15 lakhs. That's also I doubt. But this guy, being a data scientist, he just concentrated on the core subject, and he's really very good feature engineer. He's a very good guy with the data analyst role. And see that this is being done, and the company which is offered is called as Legato. Legato is a company which is offered, which is a part of Anthem, and they offered him. Now you may ask him why they offered him so much. It's a win-win situation where the Legato is losing. Legato is not losing anything. They are saving around 10 to 15 lakhs on this hiring, because they were paying 25 to 30 lakhs to the company. Now this guy coming to that directly, they are paying like only 15 lakhs. And he called me, literally he called me like 15-20 days back, and he explained me about this is what has happened with me. That is how the things goes on. Grab up the opportunities. No one predict yours. Now you are with your friends, or we are with your, now you may say that my friend is really intelligent. He got the job in the TCS with the 8 lakhs. Wait for your turn. That's it. You will get a turn. Only thing is that you have to be at the right time, right place, guys. That's it. Your career is started. And once your career is started, never look back. That's it. Again, I'm saying it. This is a fact. Now, if I'm there, now you are showing me a job. Yeah, I'm very much grateful to you people, because you started my career. Yeah, I will take you out. I will give you a cool drink, or we will have a party. Till there, it's okay. Utna hi hai, bas. Till there, it's okay. Take it, party, everything is fine. Don't frame up your career on you. I will never frame up my career on you, because you showed the job. Tomorrow I'm getting a better job. I should leave it. That's it. Move on. That's how you have to plan. And remember that if someone is saying or miscommunicating you, saying that you can't do it, no way. This is a damn easy thing. It is not and so hard. Only thing you have to know it is little bit programming, guys. And there are some skill sets which you have to really know it. Once you are expertised on that, then the people will be running behind you. And the beauty of this, I'm not talking that I'm working from the Naresh, I'm saying it or something. No, usually whenever I train, I will train the people, like especially I will make a core interest onto the programming. Because once you know the programming, you can play with the technologies. That's for sure. If someone is saying that no need of programming, no need of that, you come down, means I will say that, okay, I will not comment anything on that, but that is something wrong what you're doing. That is not the right way to go it. Okay. So I strongly recommend learn the programming. Yeah, I will spend enough time on the programming. But the good thing about the Naresh is, like, you know, for us doing as an IT side, like, and data scientist. Okay. Now what will happen is you will be not learning the complete Python. You will be learning the Python till oops. Remember, till oops, we are going to learn it. And in that, there are some things will be there, like regular expression and the SQL and no SQL. We are going to be, you should be, these are the things will be putting a weightage on your resume. And resume presentation is really very important. Now, you know, if I'm a manager, usually I will do that. If I'm hiring it, how I will know that how you are? By looking at the resume. How I will know that you are, what's your height or what is your skill set? I will not know anything. Your resume should speak out. When I'm looking at for one job, you think that I will get only one profile of yours? There will be hundreds of profiles will be coming up over there. And first thing is, that will not come to me. That will be screened by a non-technical person called as a recruiter. You know that HR recruiter, they will screen it and they will send it. And after coming to me, maybe your profile may be not properly placed over there. That recruiter will be rejecting over there only. That is the reason why most of the time people will be getting a complaint that I'm not getting the calls at all, because your resume is not so impressive over there. First of all, your resume should be pretty impressive. I mean to say that pretty impressive means not colorful. Please. It should have all the ingredients in a very small piece. Now I'm hired as a data scientist. Okay, just imagine. Hire. What is my core job? As a data scientist, right? Now, when I'm taking an interview or screening up the resume, do you think that I have so much of time to go through that each and everything? I will just go through that one file, other file in a seconds, like I will do it while having my lunch or having my coffee or something like that. I will look at that one. And whichever is, I feel like, okay, these are provided all the information, I will take it. Just schedule an interview with him. That's it. You don't think that, I'm putting on, I'm a very intelligent guy, I'm having like maybe like 80%, 90% in my this thing. No, if you're putting on, no one is having so much of time to go through your resume. I strongly recommend you to prepare a very effective and short resume, not a lengthy resume of 3-4 pages. No one is having time over there. Not only this one, after 5 years also, never keep the small bullet points, because the person who is going through is a technical person. By looking at your bullet points, he will understand what is there, what is your skill sets. And one of the most important thing I always recommend you people to do it is by showing your resume, or in the short period of how I will know that what are the programs you have done it. No, you can't put your programs in the resume. So strongly recommended to maintain a GitHub account. It's a small GitHub account, just like your Gmail, Google Drive. It is just like you have to configure that one. And whatever the program you are doing, just put it over there. Whatever you have done it, not the copy and paste it. That will be again a big problem for you. Whatever you have done it, just put it in the folder. And once you put down that one over there, now if I'm looking at, I saw a GitHub account or LinkedIn account, just I will click on that and I will see that, oh, okay, all these things. Okay, I want to talk to him. Now, once you come down, based on those programs, I will ask the questions, whatever you have done it. And maybe I will give a paper and I will say that write a program. Yeah, usually they will do it. Don't expect that I will get a laptop and I will ask you to do it. So again, there the people who claim themselves as a strong data scientist or I'm a strong programmer, they will fail to write sorry for that. They will fail to write the minimum basic programs over there. That is a problem. Okay. If you are able to write the basic programs over there, they will hire you. See guys, again, I told you the starting only. You are not a superstar or you are not a superhuman who will, and you will handle the project in a single hand. No way. We are not expecting that also from you. The basic stuff what we are expecting is to support, at least do a good support, like whatever the data scientist is doing or data engineer. They want you to cleanse the data. That's it. They will get the data. They will wanted you to cleanse the data. They wanted you to mine the data. That you are able to do it, they will hire you. They will hire you with 4 to 5 lakhs. That is what they are lacking. Now, coming down to this one, like again, guys, I will try my level best to give you everything like a, whatever I know, I will deliver it. I will never keep it like, something. So as I told you, I love to train the people. And I really like to see you get placed. That is like, a success for me. Okay. Usually I will feel so. So again, if you need it, you want me to help you, because I will give you all the ingredients, what is required. You will never be a dumb guy after the course. I'm sure of that. And when you are completing the course in a real time, in a properly, you can compete yourself with any of the 2 to 3 years experienced guy. Any 2 to 3 years experienced guy, you go and stick with him, you can able to do it. You can able to compete. You can argue with him. In an interview also, you can compete with him. That much I will give it. That is no problem from my end. I will give it. Only thing is that you have to take it. That is a big problem. Usually people will listen and they will never practice it or never implement it. So there they are lost. So, and for if you have done with your EDA without machine learning, forget about the machine learning, EDA, exploratory data. And I'm going to tell you what is that, where we will come. Once you do this, I will tell you when to prepare your resume and what are the questions will be asked and how to prepare your resume. What are the questions will be asked. Each and every topic I'm going to give you the questions. Just go through that questions. You will be cracking the interview. That's it. Definitely you will be cracking the interview. And once you get the interview cracked and once you are inside the company, right, you can play with the things and you can call me if you face any problem. You can call me, whatever the problem, you will get it right. That is a very small one. You will be asking like how to do this, how to do that. I'll be getting a lot of calls like that. I can give a response to you, or WhatsApp message. I will definitely respond what to do, how to do. You can easily do it. Very easily you can do it. This I'm telling you, like only till EDA. Once you are there in machine learning and deep learning, if you are comfortable with that, putting in your resume like ensemble learning, and you know, you are like, yeah, sure. Like EDA process, right? EDA process is a one. Okay, I will. These are the some of the points which will be eye catching. NLP with NLTK and RNN. This is what it is. Another one, NoSQL database in your resume. NoSQL database in your resume will definitely fetch you the interview. And you know, like, you know, machine learning, ensemble learning is a one, and CNN, RNN. When you are keeping up these things, they will definitely, they are really like, okay, you know so much, and they will definitely wanted to speak to you. And again, the way you present is a more important. There will be a specific way, 1 page or 2 page, put all the matters, splitting up the resume into 2 to 3 page splits, and then you present it, then you definitely get the things. Okay. Now, first one is we have done it with the wrangling, right? Wrangling. So wrangling can be achieved. Okay, let me write it down over here. So now, first we are going to start with the Python, guys. Now, I will try my level best to provide as much information as possible. And, you know, if you are done with the Python, the next session will be on the Python itself. Okay, core with the Python. Now, you are from the Python, you are from the programming background, you are not from the programming background, least bothered. All are of one level. I will treat it, and I'm going to start it from the fundamentals. What is the programming language? Okay, and then, you know, we are going to go with very detailedly. We will be learning the basic Python. Okay, very much basic, very, very basic, but a bit fast. Like, not like, you know, we are not doing a Python course over here. If it is a Python course, I can tell you the Python for 3 months, but this is our data science. A part is Python. So a bit fast we are going to go. I'm going to tell you like a basic stuff, like what is the variables over here. Okay. And we are going to talk about what is the data types. Okay. There are very important 2 types of data types will be there. That is sequential and Balaji. Fundamental and sequential. What is a fundamental data type? I'm not asking example of that. What is the features of the fundamental data type? The real importance of the Python lies over here. The memory management of the Python. So what is the Python will work is like, you know, there is an fundamental data type and sequential data type. Fundamental data type, if you are having a variable having the same value, will be pointing out to the same memory location. Do you know this? Ashok, right? Do you know this? What is that I said? What? Yes, Abhinav? See, what's his name? 112233. Bhai, what is your name? Insurance domain. Yeah, it will be covered. Abhinav, you will be given an enough projects to do it. Let's see how many projects you will do it. I'll give you lot and lot of projects to you, all the real time, not to worry about. I have coding experience. I have 12 years experience in the reconciliation, but yeah, you can become, what's his name? Stella. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like, you can put yourself into into the data scientist. Yeah, I asked you a question. Ah. So actually there is the importance is there with the Python is that, if a variable is having the same data type, now same value, if a is equals to, this is my variable, let's take it, a is equals to 100, same memory will be allocated. Now this one, if you are giving it, so these two will be actually, now if this is the memory allocated for 100, okay, just take it, sorry for that, 100 is there, and a will be pointing out to 100 and b will also point out to 100. That is, a variable with the same value will be pointing out to the same memory location. Now this is a real power of the Python. Now how it is powered means, if you take our Aadhaar card, okay, you know the Aadhaar card, right? Until unless you are a Bangladeshi or Nepali, you will not have the Aadhaar. Okay. Now, if you have an Aadhaar card, in the Aadhaar card, you are having an these people are really, guys, take my contact number. You can call me, you can ping me. I will give you my contact number. You can I will just pass it on to the admin. All the online people, whoever are having that doubt, please call me or ping me. I will try to rectify all your doubts. Okay. It will not be cleared in the chat. Now, if you take the Aadhaar card, there is a like maybe 100 crore people are using the Aadhaar card, right? Now 30 people are non-Aadhaar. Now in that there will be a one column will be common for the 100 crore people. What is that? Yes. Yeah. That is not the same, right? That's not the same. Country is the same, right? Country will be the same. So you will be having India. Now, how many people are using this? 100 crore people. So if this India is occupying 5 bytes, say that it is occupying 5 bytes. For this, all the variables, all these people are pointing to this 5 bytes only. So for all these 100 crore people, because all are having the same value, so all will be pointing out to the India only, the same memory location. So how much memory will be occupied by this 100 crore people? 5 bytes. But the same thing, if I do it with the C++, 100 crore into 5, how much it is? 500 crore bytes of the memory will be occupied. Now, which one is better? Obviously. So that is now this mechanism is not there with our Python 2.x. No, this is there with the Python 3.x. This is a futuristic version. Now, no one is near to that Python. It's not because I am a Python guy, I'm saying this. That is the actual power of the Python. Okay. And this Python we are going to learn, like in the basics, we are going to spend it a lot of time, especially in this, the strings. Strings, we are going to go in detailly into the strings. There are some concept called as index and slicing. This one we are going to spend an enough time, at least like minimum half class we are going to spend on this. Why we are going to do it is, this one is used in the list, this one used in the tuple, this one used in the NumPy, this one used in the pandas, and also TensorFlow. So once you know this one, then it is very, very easy to deal with these things. There are some things will be there, you have to know it. And then there is something called as, if condition will be there, like, they call it as control flow. Okay, let me pull it off this one. Now basic is done. Then we are going to do with the core, guys. Core Python. Sorry for this. Core Python. In the core Python, we are going to see the like control flow. Inside this, there will be if, loops, and the break statements and all those things will be there. Now these are inside this if you know to play with the while, not for while. If you know to play with the while, you can play with the programming. For is very easy. It's everything is internally done, but the while is the one where you are going to give it all the things. If you are comfortable with the while, then you will build up a lot of confidence in you. Okay, the while is the one. Now next, after this, there is something called as list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, what we are going to do it is we are going to learn this one with the CRUD operations. I told you, right, already the CRUD operations. From the CRUD prospects, we are going to learn it so that everything will be clear for you. No doubt about that. Now, these are called as data structures, Python data structures. Now, inside this, one thing I'm going to cover it very extensively is what is called as if comprehension. Now, or they call it as single line if condition. And when you do the list, there is something called as list comprehension. We are going to cover it very extensively. And then in the functions, we are going to cover the functions. Okay, enough. But there is something called as lambda function, guys. These are the things are interconnected. Now, if you know this, you can play with this. If you know this, you can play with this. But the people usually ignore this one and they will jump onto this. They were lost. When they come over here, they are even lost. Okay. So this is a real important thing which you have to learn. There are some things will be there which you have to know it, because this one with the lambda with apply. Okay. There is a function called as apply with lambda. When you are using it, you can do an effective data exploratory data. And one of the technique over here is data extracting. Okay. And then we are going to go to the files over here. In the files, we are going to learn text file, common thing. Then we will do the CSV file, how to create a CSV file. And then we are going to do with the PDF. If the time permit, I want to do the scraping also. They scrape the data from the web page and how to get the data. Now here, the technique will be something like this. See the PDF, you know the PDF, right? Okay, where it is an portable document format where you can't change the data, right? Usually you can read the data. Now we are going to get the data from a PDF. Okay, we will get the data from the PDF. Whenever you get the data, you will not get the data in the perfect format. Remember that if you copy the data from the PDF, you will not get it in a perfect format. So what we will do, we will put this data in a text file. In the text file, from the text file, we will extract the data. We will very easily, we already seen the text file over here. This is very easy to read it. Okay. After reading the data, I'm going to apply some mechanism called as regex. What is this? Regular expression. Okay. Regular expression is specially used for extracting a pattern data. Okay. Pattern data. Now, if you want to extract only the email IDs, you can extract it. If you want to extract the PAN card number, you can extract it. That way, I will apply the regular expression and I will store the data in the CSV file. Now, guys, this is nothing but you are doing the data wrangling. What is data wrangling? Is gathering the data. Now, usually, whenever you go through the different videos, wherever you go, you will always get the data CSV file downloaded. Most of the time you will be downloading the data from the Kaggle or something else. No one will prepare it because it's very difficult to prepare that huge amount of data. So, but how to prepare the CSV file, you will be knowing it over here. At any given point of time, if you are put it on in any of the primary data collection where you have to prepare the data, you can do it very easily over here. Scraping the data from the website, scraping the data from the PDF, you can create the CSV file. Got it? The wrangling is done, right? Any questions? Okay. Now, once the data is prepared, guys, we are going to learn the NumPy and pandas. NumPy, we are not going to use it anywhere except then a small functions here and there. But why we have to learn the NumPy? Data frame. That is what pandas mean. Okay. Actually, NumPy is the foundation for the pandas. NumPy was introduced in 1995 and it was final version came into the existence in 2005. So 10 years intense market analysis was done before building up the NumPy. Based on this NumPy, they build the pandas. So pandas is really very powerful and you can play with the pandas when you know the prerequisites for the pandas is dictionary, guys. Dictionary, yes, dictionary and NumPy. If you know these things and also the indexing. If you know these things, you can play with the pandas. Now, the pandas is so powerful that you can identify the outlier. Outlier means an error. Okay. Then data error. Noisy data. Yes, you can identify. You can fill up the, the missing values also using the NumPy. Pandas, using the pandas. See, pandas is really very, very powerful. Remember that. Pandas is really very powerful. Now, the alternate of the pandas is there is something called as PySpark. Now, we are not going to deal with the PySpark, but I'm saying you, if someone asks you about the PySpark in your resume, do you know the PySpark? Then you can say that, sir, I have already done the same thing using the pandas. Pandas is much more powerful than the PySpark. PySpark is just an alternative of the pandas who are coming from the Spark background, Hadoop Spark background. They can play with the same thing using the PySpark. Okay, the same thing you can do it. Then after this, we are going to learn the statistics. Now, not a degree level statistics, as per our requirement only. What is standard deviation? What is Z-score? What is IQR? What is population? What is sampling? These are the things we are going to see. After doing this, then we are going to go to the EDA, exploratory data analysis. Now, exploratory data analysis, we are going to do it in the 3 phases. First one is error rectifying. Okay, error detection or something like that. Error detection is outlier detection. Or now you may ask me, already we detected over here, why we want to do it? There are other techniques are there. The other techniques are there. We are going to implement it. Now, this is a technology which is used to remove that. Now, if you know this, I prefer you to go with the pandas. I strongly prefer you to go with the pandas. But the problem is very few people are comfortable with the pandas. Very, very few people. So there are some techniques called as Z-score. There is something called as IQR, and there is called as standard deviation, and there is one is called as percentile method. All these 4 we are going to see it. All these 4 we are going to see it. Now, if you are rectifying the errors, you can apply all the 4 and you can check it out. And then we are usually the people will go with the IQR, which is also called as box plot. Okay. Now there is something called as encoding techniques. What is this encoding techniques is? I told you, I think so. There is like your machine learning model will understand only numerical data only. So if there is a categorical data, whether it is non-numerical data is there, you have to convert that one into numerical format. If it is a categorical data, now if it is male and female are there, you have to convert it that one into 0 or 1, or pass and fail is there. That is also 0 and 1. You have to convert it. That can be done by using the encoding technique. There are some encoding techniques like, one hot encoding. And there is, you can use it, this apply with lambda. Now you see this, you learned it over here. apply with the lambda. This you are going to apply it over here, guys. Okay. And you will be doing one more with the dummy variables. That is pandas with dummies. There is a function called as dummies. This is called as dummy variable. These three ways you can do it, this encoding. Now, usually the people will go with this one. This one is very, very effective. There is one more is there called as map function. Using the map function also you can do it. We are going to see all the four. Okay. Now, all the four, why we are doing it means when you talk about these four techniques in your interview, then opposite person will be definitely impressed. Okay. Now, there is again like label encoding. Okay. And there is an ordinal encoding. Now, this is for an binary classification. Now, if you have a male, female, like, you know, yes or no, pass or fail, something like that, that you will be using it. Now, this one, it is more than two are there. Multi-level encoding, you have to do it. Then we will go with it. And if you want to do it an extreme level encoding, then we are going to go with vectorization. Now, this is nothing but NLP. Natural language processing. This we are going to implement in naive Bayes. Now, usually naive Bayes will be implemented for the, you know, what they call it as classification algorithm, guys. We are going to do the text classification over here. That is NLP. We are going to use it in the machine learning. Okay. So we are going to do it. And then we can also implement the NLP with NLTK. This is natural language toolkit. And then we can also implement the NLP with the RNN with LSTM. Now, all these three things you will be knowing, all the three ways of doing it. The vectorization will be implemented in this way. These are the three ways we will be implementing it. Now, this is only a concept, guys. NLP is a natural language process, is a concept. And that is implemented in these three ways. This is nothing but you are implementing the NLP in machine learning. That is nothing but you are doing the job of the deep learning in the machine learning. So that is what we are going to do it. Then after that, there is something called as feature scaling. Again, univariant, bivariant, you know, multivariant, those are the basic stuff. We are going to look at that one. But these are some of the feature scaling is nothing but standardization and vectorization, sorry, normalization. We are going to look it over here. Okay. Standardization and normalization. After this, guys, you should be eligible for a data analyst role. Definitely you are eligible for the data analyst role. If you go and take it or search for a data analyst role, they will ask only these things: your programming skills and your feature engineering. This is also called as feature engineering or pre-processing of the data. Okay. Then we will jump into the machine learning. Okay. In the machine learning, by you give your name first, then I will tell you why, whether you need the maths or not. My files. No need of maths over there. You know, you don't need anything. I will take care of that. You just learn whatever I am giving. That is enough. Okay. This person, I don't know, like, see, you can just ignore all those things. Just learn the things, whatever I am saying it, that would be enough for you. I will make sure that everything is delivered for you. Okay. Now, in the machine learning, we are going to learn the linear regression. In the linear regression, we are going to go with a deeper one into this. We are going to do the multilinear. Okay. And we are going to do the polynomial. We are going to do the regularization. Under this regularization, we have the lasso and ridge regression. And also we are going to see that what is bias, what is variance, and what is the overfitting, and what is the underfitting. And we are also see the different techniques, different errors. What are the different errors are there? We are going to see the different errors, like how to identify the different R square, that is mean square error, root mean square error, like absolute error. All these things we are going to see it over here. And if possible, we are going to see the gradient descent also, if you are ready to accept it, because that is really scary. But it's not so things, but it will be a bit scary. So I usually avoid giving it over here. I will give it in the deep learning. Very deep learning is completely everything will be on the gradient descent. Very detailedly you have to know it on that. Okay. Now after this, we are going to go to the logistic. Okay, and we are going to go with the decision tree. Very detailedly, guys. I'm writing it small. It doesn't mean to say that I will spell it out and I will get out. We are going to go very detailedly about this. And SVM, KNN, NIBase, and many more, whatever are there, I'm going to cover it. If you want me to do it anything extra also, you come up, I will tell you. No problem over that. But these are not the actual, no one want this. Everyone want is ensemble learning. Now, what is this ensemble learning is? You are going to combine this weak learners to make it a strong learner. That is what we are doing in the ensemble learning. Under the ensemble learning, we are going to have the random forest. We are going to have the ADA boost. Okay. And we are going to have the gradient boosting. Okay. We are having the XG boost. Now, these things we are going to learn it very, very now. For this implementation, you have to know this one, and you're going to. And one more thing, if anyone is getting the doubt that why so many algorithms for a one single problem, this is for all the regression problems. This is all for the classification problems, guys. So what I will be doing is, if you get a doubt like which algorithm is better, usually the people will be having the first question, usually the people will be having is which algorithm is better. Now, who cares? Just get the data. Now, how you will do is you prepare a model of this one, first one. This is for the logistic regression. Prepare the another model for the decision tree. Prepare the another model for the random forest. Prepare the another model for your like NIBase, and prepare the another model for your SVM. And you got the data over here. Pass on the data to them, all the five, sorry. Whichever is giving the better, take it. Simple. Now you will not have anything like that. You are going to write the code. When you are going to write the code, when you know the Python comfortable. If you're not knowing the Python, you are lost over here completely, because we are using a modularization technique over here. That is, we are going to write the different modules over here, right? This one in a different files. Now, again, this is not a big thing, guys. It is a very, if you know the concept, it is very easy. If you don't know the concept, it looks like very crazy. So we are going to use the modularization technique, and we are going to pass on the data to all. Which one is getting the better? We will find it out. There is again a cross validation techniques are there. Different cross validation techniques, and hyperparameter tuning is there. These are the very important ones. Very important. If you don't know the like sometimes you don't know the linear regression or like the decision tree, if you are able to answer the question like what is CV, that is cross validation, if you are able to answer the what is hyperparameter tuning, then that is the best they wanted. Because this is like a deeper one. You're going a next level. Okay. Now this is what is, again, we are going to get into the clustering, guys. Clustering, we are going to learn the clustering, k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, and time series analysis over here. Here I am going to cover the time series analysis. Okay. There is a reason, there is a small connectivity there between clusters and the time series, which is very easy for you. Okay. Then after this, we are going to get into the deep learning. In the deep learning, First thing we are going to learn it is TensorFlow. This is an extension of NumPy. If you know the NumPy, which we learned it over here, you can play with the TensorFlow. Again, TensorFlow is a very limited, we are going to see. TensorFlow itself is not a very powerful one, but TensorFlow with Keras is very powerful. Okay, very powerful it is. So this also we are going to see it separately. We will see the TensorFlow separately. We will see the Keras separately. We will combine them. Guys, once you know this, you know the deep learning. I'm sure of that. Once you know this Keras, there will be two models will be there, how to prepare the model. Like one is a functional, one is a sequential. Once you know this, then you are comfortable with that deep learning. And but after this, we are going to see what is ANN, artificial neural network, connecting to our biological neural network to explain you how it goes on. Then we are going to see CNN. This is a convolutional neural network, and each and every network will be having a different layers that I'm not going deeper. You will be lost like what is that again. So we are going to learn the CNN, and we are going to do the multiple real-time project implementation with CNN. Remember that. Not one, multiple we are going to do it. Now, if you want to do it in the machine learning, I will show you. No problem about that. But whatever we are going to do as an example, guys, we are not going to do the one example. We are not going to copy the data from some Google or something and I will post it over here and execute. I hate to do that. And I hate to do myself also. I want you to do. I love to see you people doing it. And you will be doing it, no doubt. That's for sure. You people will be doing it. Okay, because there are simple steps will be there. If you follow the steps, you will get it. If you understand the steps, you follow the steps, you will get it. Okay, and you will be doing it definitely. If not, I'm here to do it. I will do it in front of you over here, sitting down, what you have to do it. Okay, next one is RNN. This is called as recurring neural network. Inside this, we are going to learn it as LSTM to implement again the NL. This is nothing but natural language processing. And here also I told you here, you see vectorization with the NIBase, NLTK and RNN. Now all these cases, the vectorization is used. Once you know the vectorization over here, right, all your stuff will be comfortable. And here we are going to implement the NLP with NLTK. Okay, and also we are going to see the image processing, guys. Image processing, we are going to do it. Okay, image processing, how to do the image processing. Now, this is the prerequisite of the CNN. Now, again, you may ask me, some people must be getting the doubt that where is computer vision? That is nothing but CNN only. Computer vision is nothing but CNN. That is convolutional, which deals with the images, computer vision. And the NLTK is nothing but the NLTK and LSTM. If someone is asking what is NLTK, what is LSTM, or how you implement the NLP, means that is nothing but these two, LSTM and NLTK. Okay, here you will be seeing some extreme level programming, not a programming matlab, like extreme level model where you can convert, translation, everything you can do it. Now, how your Google Translator will work, you will be seeing it over here. And how a image is recognized, then it will, like by looking at the face, it will say that, okay, he is so and so. By looking at the face, it can say that, okay, this person has entered at this time. It can record it. These are the things which are covered, guys. So this is what is, and apart from this, there are really like, some of the important things called as microservices. We are going to look at one microservices. This is a next level of modules. Modules means, this, yes. Yeah, tell me. If this is a project, usually the project was previously implemented end to end. That is called as water flow model. Usually they used to do it. Now later on what they did it is they split up this project into different parts. That is called as modules. They divide the project into small parts, and each and every module will be implemented. Then later on, what they did it is, if suppose this is my modules, just take it. Now these are the, like some modules are there. How many modules are, like 3 modules or 4 modules, 6 modules are there in my, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? Now each module we are going to implement it one thing at a time. But in these modules also, what we can do it is, this module will be further divided into small services. Why it has to divide into small services means, if the module is there, if there are multiple operations is there, if one operations is not working, this connectivity is gone. You can't execute the module. So to avoid that situation, they divided this module to the smaller pieces, which is called as, microservices. This each and everything is called as a different service. So if this service is not working, I can divert the request, and this and rest of the services will be working over here. Now this mechanism is the latest one in implementation of the projects. Okay, now this is what is required. This is the industry requirement. We will not see this one very frequently. Now there is something called as Docker. Now Docker is, again, we are going to see that Docker from the developer prospects, and we are going to see the AWS from the, again, deployment guys. So in this, you will be doing everything end to end, and Hadoop or whatever the things are there, you will be connected to the other faculty, and he will complete the Hadoop in detail. They are going to come. One more important thing is here, as I said it, like we are going to, we are going to cover the Python as per our requirement in the OOPS, right? Now you can simultaneously join the Python another batch, Python end to end, like advanced level also. So end to end, you can do it simultaneously. And if you are not understanding anything in this, okay, you are most welcome to contact me. I will definitely take some time and explain you. Not the other people's time. What is our general? You have to spare a time over the weekends or over the rest of the time. Then I can take it that time. Okay, clear? I don't mind in giving that one. Only thing is that if you are comfortable, then I can take the separate class for you on any doubts you are having on any sectors. If you wanted to be taken by the Hadoop also, I can take it, no problem for me. I've done the Hadoop also, implemented the Hadoop also. So only thing is that, there is some specialized batches will be going on for the Hadoop. So if you are given, you will be giving end-to-end Hadoop. So that would be much better for you. Okay, clear guys? Any doubts? So again, I'm saying, after completion of this thing, this is not the thing I told you many times, you will be able to implement on your own. No need of Arjun, no need of any XYZ. You will be getting it on your own. Now, even though it takes like a week more or a week less, you can see that that person came down and went off. It's not that by mistake. He is intimating that time is over. You know that, right? So this will happen. So what I'm saying is, even though the management is not happy of taking the time, delivery is very important for me, because it's a question of your career. For me, it's just a one batch. You understood the difference? This is one of the batches what I'm taking. Because I'm taking a number of batches in a different sectors. You are one of the batch. For you people, it's the career, your life. If I am not giving it correctly in a perfect way, you will be scared of the data science or scared of the programming in such a way that you will never come back to the program. That is what happens. So I'm keep them aside. It may take 1 week here and there, not to worry about, but definitely I will deliver it. Even though after completion of the batch, okay, you have to introduce yourself each and every time, because I can't remember all of them. So, when you are completed, you are joined a job, you have any queries, or if you're going for an interview, they asked you some questions, you are not able to answer, you're most welcome to call me. Don't need to mail me, message me. I'm very bad social guy. So you can directly call me and ask. I will try to rectify your doubts then and there. So I'm very much happy to do that. Okay. Chalo guys, any questions? I'm planning that, at least 3.5 to 4 months it should go on. Swift phase. And if you want something extra, means if anyone is not understanding some of the concepts, because usually the linkage is very important. As I told you, like if you want to know the lambda, you should know the list comprehension and you should know the if comprehension. Then you can understand the lambda. You can play with the lambda. Once you know the lambda, you will know one of the EDA techniques. Immediately you will know the EDA techniques. But what happens is, if you're not knowing the previous ones like Nye base, if you want to know the Nye base, you have to know the Bayes theorem. If you want to know the Bayes theorem, you should know the conditional probability. If you want to know the conditional probability, you should know the probability first. Right? If you don't know the probability, if directly I will try to explain you the Nye base, everyone say yes, but no one will get it. Even I will know that very easily. So that is the actual connectivity. Okay. So that if you want to establish that connectivity is the one very important. So that may take the problem. Implementation is I can implement right away over here like 3 to 4 algorithms sitting in front of you in 10 to 15 minutes. It's not a big deal. But knowing that algorithm is very, very important. That the internal mechanism, mathematical intuition, everything will be given to you very detailedly so that you will be comfortable with it. Yeah, sometimes it may be scary. The other option is also there, ignore it. There's an option is there, ignore it. But knowing that from the interview prospects is always better. I will tell you what level they will be asking you the interview. And I will strongly recommend you to write somewhere separately instead of just listening to it and going to that. It is. Pavan, like, I will give you all that one, not to worry about. You attend the class regularly. I will give you the prior experience. I will give you the mathematics, statistics, everything. I will do it. Just spare like that 2 to 3 hours on the coding. That is enough for me. Yeah. What is his name? Yes. Dule. By if you are having 3 to 6 years of 5 to 6 years of experience, sorry, gap, you can convert that one into experience. That is the beauty of IT. No one will question you. You will get a good salary. Not to worry about. And there are some people are having doubts about the certification, guys. You can go ahead and do it, the certification, if you want to do it. Again, if you have the certification, they will not stop asking you the question. They will ask you the question. They don't want, no one want your certification brand on the certification. No one will take you inside the office. They want you to clear the interviews. Okay. So I strongly recommend you to keep a separate, keep a good, like all the interview questions at one place. And when you're going out, okay, my strong recommendation is. And regarding these files, whatever I'm doing it, if you want the PPT, I'm very happy. No need of typing. I can read and I can move off. No, you don't want the PPT, I can type it over here and I will share this code thing to you. Anything is fine for me. You want me to prepare the PPT? I have already PPTs. I can put it on, I can read it and I can go. Or you want me to explain it like this, means I can explain it like this also, which will be there always with you. This file, I can share it with you, not with the management, and they will share it with. I don't have all your details, right? So this way I can share it and I can give it to you. It will be in a PDF file. No, at least for Sheikh, like at least for next 2 to 3 days, no need of getting your system. If you can get it, it's more than enough. You guys are most welcome. But from tomorrow, we are going to start the Python. After that, we will be seeing it. Okay. Okay, guys, any questions? Yes. No questions? Okay. Thanks. So I will end up the class over here and we will meet tomorrow at the same time, starting with the Python. Like whoever is non-programming background, please make sure of attending it regularly and make a note and ask the questions. That is more important. Don't hesitate that what the other people think, because you are paying the money, you deserve to get it all the things. So thanks, guys. Manikanta, yeah, you can ask me a question, whatever you have it. Mayor. Yeah.